see him in here. Cool. Okay. So thanks everybody for joining in. What do I call you? DB Rumen. Can I call you DB?
Are you talking about Debbie? NGFF? Yeah, Debbie.
Yeah. Okay.
Debbie, call me Debbie or
Okay,
Devil.
cool.
I don't know.
And Henry, you're the guy I've been speaking with most of the time, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the
Okay.
contract developer and the NFT contract developer.
Okay, awesome. Cool. All right. So thanks everybody. I got a few people from the team here. Debbie, Henry, Nikolai, and I don't know if anyone else is from the team in here, but if they are,
Nope.
go ahead and okay, cool. So we got those three. This is Bill Cassidy, and we're going to do a little interview about a project called CatNIP. This is going to be fun. So I got a few things pulled up, but I do always like to start out with somewhat of an introduction for the team, and you can get as personal as you want or leave out whatever you want. You know, I don't like to invade on people's privacy. So I do want to just kind of get a idea of your team's background, how long you've been working in this space, how long you've been working in DeFi, if you've created any other projects in the past, and possibly the role that each of you play.
Okay, sounds great. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you guys can take it away, whoever.
Sure. My name's Henry Case. I'm from the United States. I have spent a little bit of time in crypto. I've been I guess not a long-term investor, started in 2017, and just kind of recently started making my own projects. With this team, this is our first project, and it was kind of conceived maybe about 5 months ago. So this project has been a long time in the works, kind of a hobby passion project, not really one that's like, oh, gotta get everything done. It's been a long-term thing, and we have pretty much our own indie game studio with Nikolai's team. Which is fantastic. That's kind of where all the sprites are coming from. We've also hired professional artists to work on the team, but that's more for the project. But for me, I write all of the code in Solidity, which is smart contracts and NFT contracts, and I love the stuff. I learned through a website called Open Zeppelin, and it's just been a blast developing with the community. It's so much fun being in cryptocurrency as a developer because you get to see so much of the internal stuff. So if you enjoy coding or you're thinking about code, I definitely encourage you to get into the development space. But yeah, that's my introduction. Nikolai,
Good.
go ahead.
Yeah, go take it away, Nikolai. Before he takes it away, that is pretty awesome. Open Zeppelin is a good one to use. But I did want to throw out there too, if anybody else is looking to do some development, and maybe this might help you guys out too. I don't know if you've ever heard of Crypto Zombies, but it's a pretty cool platform to learn on. And so yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But Nikolai, go ahead and take it away.
All right. So I'm Nikolai. I'm actually from Malaysia. A few languages. Actually, I know like 4 languages. I've been in the indie game industry for about like 5 years. Been with the local Malaysia creating their own IP mobile games. I've been recently fascinated thinking into creating crypto games ever since the recent early this year there's a bull run. So I've been observing the trend for a very long time. It was actually this year that I decided to officially trying out crypto. So by chance, I actually met Henry, and then we kind of started out this start with like really base prototype, and eventually we reach here, and then we have like a very core that it's playable, and I believe in the space we are one of the very few that that along with the contract. So yeah, that's a brief introduction of mine.
Awesome. Yeah, and I do want to mention, you know, a lot of people that develop these projects in DeFi, and you know, one of the buzzwords right now is gamify, gamify. You know, we're going to gamify this, gamify that. So I think the fact that you guys have an experienced indie dev who's been working in the industry for 5 years, that's stellar right there, and it also gives your team an edge, which is pretty awesome. And I won't get too much into it because I do want to get into it a little later in the interview. But like I tested the game and it was flawless to me basically. And you know, I see a lot of these projects who are like, yeah, well, we're gonna release a game this and release this game and release this game, and it's like, honestly, you're one of the first projects who I've seen release a game before you even like launched the project, which that just says wonders right there. So I want to commend you guys on that. It's really amazing.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it. It's been a long time in the works, trust me. That's kind of the whole point. Is
Yeah.
like we want to have the product before kind of doing it. But yeah,
Well,
don't forget Debbie, by the way.
Well, you did it the right way too, and we won't forget Debbie, but you did do it the right way because a lot of these projects that launch, it's like they're just in it for a quick buck, so they just want to launch as fast as they can, and like that's not how this works. You create a project, you create a platform, it functions, and then you bring it and develop it and produce it and release it, and I think that's a good sign when you see a team do it that way. So yeah. Anyways, Debbie, let's shoot it from the hip. Let's hear it.
So my name is Devilman. It stands for Japanese of Devilman. I'm actually a fan of the anime and the manga. I don't know if you've seen it. I got involved in crypto, like everyone. I started like browsing boards like Forge and Peace, and slowly following channels. I got involved following one channel that was promoted there. I joined, and there I met Henry. Henry was the one who told me more so in the ropes. Henry and other people from that group. And well, I started like everyone. I bought coins and I got rocked a lot of times. So I started joining I started to get more involved in like other teams, starting to promote marketing more in the list. And I don't know what Henry saw in me because he's the one that invited me to a project. I don't know if I'm good at this or not.
Oh, you're doing great as a marketing guy. Of course, I would say that about my own team, but really, just being the one with the connections is a very valuable skill.
It's also one of the most unthankful positions as well because there's a lot of behind the scenes work, and you know, they don't get enough appreciation, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's most I you have to learn how to talk to people and to negotiate. Because for example, I won't say which group, but we have been, for example, when we have to negotiate, you have to understand people, what they want and what they're saying. You have to reach a middle point. One in which both sides have to give up something and reach a good term deal. I'm actually from Mexico as well. I don't know.
Nice.
I think people. Well, from what I've seen personally, the crypto scene for DeFi, it hasn't been well developed in Mexico. From what I've seen, it's mostly, what I've seen from people that I hear around or talk to. It's mostly speculating or buying, top 10 coins like XRP and so.
Yeah. Yeah, I have my sister has some family in Mexico, her boyfriend, and she has a baby with them. But there's also some really good surfing spots in Mexico, I might add. So, all right, well, I appreciate you guys and your introduction. So let's kind of get into the meat of this, and let's start looking into the game a little bit. So here, I'm going to do this. I'm on the front page, catnip.world, and I noticed that you guys have a brand new website, and it really looks amazing. I'm loving it. So let me ask just this basic question. all these cats on the front, catnip battler. What are these guys? Are these NFTs? Are these just promotions? And what's going on right there?
Yeah, the cats you see right on the website are all obtainable just by playing the game as NFTs. And so we'll probably play the game a little bit later or talk about the gameplay, but you can collect them as you battle through the game, so to speak. And if you encounter these cats at the end of the battle, you have a chance to capture one, and then you can mint it as your very own NFT.
Right. And when I was testing it on testnet, I did that, and I got three different cats. It was pretty awesome. Did if you watch my video, you can literally hear my sincere excitement when I was playing that game. It was amazing. So, how about these different lands? What's is this specific reasons? Is there going to be different battles in different lands with different cats? You know, I see Gamesburg, Memopolis. What is that?
Yeah, our
Borough.
ideas of the areas were just kind of.
Well,
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, Nikolai can explain.
yeah. So they are basically kind of like a design decision. So yeah, if you are a bit of knowledge of the Japan geography, this is actually an island called Cat Island. So that whole island was inspired by that, and then we just create like different regions. What happened is that it's kind of like Pokemon, where you want to go for, like, let's say Johto region, Kanto region, just go over there, and then they have like different specific types of cats. So can only target certain. Oh, sorry, I'm muted. So yeah, it's like you want to like target a certain region. It's kind of like a reward pool for the players, so they will they won't like it will slightly less frustrating than getting the cats totally run. So yeah, that's the reason why we have like different types of region. The plan is we will build more this island, so we can create like a more thematic list of cats each of those regions.
Yeah, and although you guys can't see it, on the video right now, I've actually pulled up a tier list of sorts for one of the example lands called Furretsville, and you can actually see like the tiers of which cats, and I'll post that in chat right quick, as well.
And so each region has different cats, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Basically. Okay, nice. And then the cat rarities, like there's different rarities per cat, and it's all based on their statistics, like their fighting stats and their defense stats. And then I did notice that one of the cats had like a special move.
Yeah, they have passive abilities on every or well, most of the cats. Some don't, but most every cat has like a specific special passive.
Cool. So yeah, we'll get into the game here in a second too. Uh, I just want to kind of keep going down your website a little bit first before we get there. So about Catnip Battler. So the Battler is the actual game, and we'll get back into that. But let's go into the tokenomics real fast. So it says you guys have a fixed supply, no staking or farming mechanism, which allows for more NIP to be created, and NIP is your native token. Taxation 2% to liquidity, 2% to holders, 1% to team wallet. Anti-whale, max transfer, buy or sell. Okay, so you guys have a max transfer, buy or sell. So why don't you tell us a little bit about NIP? Like, what's the emissions? Are all the tokens created automatically? What's the distribution? Are you guys doing a pre-sale and locking in any type of liquidity? Is the team getting any kind of tokens?
Yeah, we have. I can walk you through some of the distribution, which I'll also have pulled up on the screen. And if people out there listening, you can pull up our white paper, and we have a section in the white paper that specifically goes over the token supply on that.
All right.
the main purpose of the token is really to have one part RFI, right? Of course, we need a basic token to be able to swap around and use in order to mint the NFTs. So the purpose of our token is that you're going to use the CatNIP to buy the NFTs. That's the primary purpose. It does have like RFI, which is a holder tax, meaning that you can just buy CatNIP and you can hold it, and every time someone trades or swaps or sells or whatever, you gain CatNIP just from the RFI tax. The liquidity tax, or lick, basically takes a percentage of the token and refills it back into the liquidity, so it's kind of like a liquidity booster. And we also have a 1% team tax. The reason why we have that tax, even though that might seem like to some people they would be like, well, hey, what, I don't want to pay the team, whatever. We do have to have some sort of funding ourselves, right? So we want to fund development in the future, and if we just have the initial fundraising to go off of, it's kind of hard to continue that. And so we thought of doing the 1% tax would be pretty good.
Definitely.
For the distribution, we've got 1 billion tokens, and all of that has already been created. There is no more that will ever exist. We have some airdropping, which is used in like marketing campaigns, and for such, we're going to use 5% of the tokens for that. We have 80% of the token being for the public supply. We have 28% going into the pre-sale, and we have PancakeSwap is going to have about 36%, depends on how much gets burned there. In the future, we want to do a play to earn model. So although we're not minting new tokens or anything like that, we'll never have more than 1 billion. We are going to save some for a play to earn model. So it'll kind of be like a clicker game in combination with our NFTs. We're not too sure on the gameplay yet. Nikolai might have some ideas on what they want to do, but we definitely want to adopt the play to earned model with this. And for that, we've set 80 million tokens, which is 8%.
Okay.
We also have some reserves. So, of course, there's always... We want to get on exchanges. We really do want to pursue things like Whitebit, Gate, even Binance, right? Of course, that's a far pie in the sky dream moment right now, but we have 8% set aside for the liquidity for exchanges. For the team at the launch, we get 6%, and that's including marketing. So 6% of the supply is used for pretty much whatever marketing expenses, whatever dev payments we need to take care of for like a website, whatever have you, just 60 million, that's it. And then we've locked up 9% of the token supply, and we get 3% every month. So 3% gets unlocked every 30 days for a cap of 9%. So hopefully, like right as it is now, I think we'll be pretty well funded even without that 9%. So maybe we'll siphon more into like airdrops or something. I mean, it's really unknown right now, but right now our initial impression is we're pretty well funded. So we don't plan to like try to like dump all the tokens as soon as we get them or anything like that.
Good. Yeah. Just hearing it out sounds pretty good, and I'm definitely going to read the docs and look further into it, but it just sounds like it's a good setup. So yeah, good job on the tokenomics there.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so audits, some people don't care about audits, but it's just one of those things that you kind of have to do. Looks like you have an audit from Blocked Audit Report.
Yep, that's right. And you can click on that link in the website and read through the audit. It's all passed. We definitely want to get another audit, such as like even something really expensive like Certic. I requested a quote from Hacken, and they said it would be the middle of September before they could get a Hacken audit, and that's kind of who we want to get next.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everyone's pretty busy, I guess.
Oh man, business is booming for everyone, I tell you.
As far as gameplay goes, so in testnet, it costs 1,000 NIP to start a battle, and then I won most of my battles, so I was able to catch my cat. So if you lose a battle, you still have a chance to catch a cat. It's less of a percentage. Like he has more of a percentage to run away. Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how it works. So the design, what we adopted is that we don't want the player to get frustrated, like they waste their tokens and then they can't get anything. So in the end, team actually decided to go for a more arcade approach. That no matter how you win or lose, you still kind of get something out. It's just that if you lose the battle, you have less chance to get the cat you want, because like let's say you got lucky, there's a rare alien spawn into the battle.
Yeah.
If you lose the battle, probably you'll escape and then just left less desired option for you. Yeah, so that's the goal in mind. We don't want to make them feel bad about wasting their tokens into the NFT. We'll guarantee one NFT for them.
For sure. So nobody can ever lose their cat, right?
Yeah. What we have in mind, aside from the click game that Henry mentioned, is that uh, we also actually introduce PvP or co-op mode. Like let's say, seen some
Yeah.
games that have world mode or uh, some like rank some. Actually, my game dev team are starting to prototype them. It's just that we are not announcing the mechanics or the details so soon, but it's in. Hopefully, we can get like one of the core out in the next 3 months.
Yeah, that'd be
So yeah,
awesome because that was actually my next question. Are you guys going to be doing PvP? So that would be really awesome if you
yes,
did.
yes. That's actually one of our higher priority. So
Cool.
there are many ways that you can do the pay to earn model. So I think PvP will be the best. Uh, I so right Axie Infinity is like the gold standard game fee. So we pretty much want to try to meme something similar, or even a better experience that than maybe Axie in the future.
Yeah.
Especially like DS, it's still a wild west here. We can we hope that we can become gold standard in this chain as well.
Well, it's looking good. So the initial cost in testnet was 1,000 NIP. Is that going to change depending on the price of NIP? Do you guys have the ability to change that if it ever gets, like, let's say NIP, the price of NIP goes way up? Are you guys going to ever change the price of that?
Yes, we have the options to change, but I believe we want to see the market feedback and reaction, because there's definitely pros and cons. Like if we reduce the cost in the future, what will happen for the early players? If we
Yeah.
increase the cost, that will make people angry as well. So we probably want to see how the token performs
Yeah,
and
for sure.
buy only with this like quick the cost. But I believe 1,000 a pretty fair value. It's on at launch. I believe it's roughly like less than few dollars. So
Yeah.
kind of a decent price to start with. Before that, we actually have like a lower pricing in our internal test, but we found that it might cost everyone to way too many. That brings actually two potential huge issue. One is actually um, they bloated it so much that the NFT might become less valuable. Second issue is more on optimization. So if way too many, we encounter like an certain like potential issues when they have way too many, and then it slows down the game. So kind of serve both as a two-way to slow down this thing. So we have more time to further optimize the game and
Yeah, it
support
makes
a
it makes
larger
sense.
back.
It definitely makes sense for sure. I do have a question. Why don't Henry, why don't you go through a quick gameplay if you have it open, and as you're going through the gameplay, you can kind of give a play-by-play action of what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So for anyone watching, you can go to catnip.world/game, and I'm streaming it to the video right now. If you don't have testnip, you can go to the game page, and at the bottom, you can click connect to catnip. And it depends on what you use. If you use Taurus Wallet, which we are partnered with, by the way, or MetaMask or Trust Wallet, it should work regardless of what wallet you use. You just click connect to catnip, and then you click get testnip from faucet. When you click that, it will come up in MetaMask or whatever you use, and you can click confirm if it looks valid. Now, if this pops up and says an error, the chances are that you've already claimed your airdrop has already happened, so make sure you click confirm and get the testnip. And showing the transaction going through, it should take a second. All right, there we go. Oh, well, still pending, but yeah, you'll get your 10,000 catnip for use. And going back to the game, after that, click login, and it'll ask you to click wallet, go to MetaMask. It'll ask you for a signature request from Unity, and click sign. And then it'll load. And I think I might have some cats already on this test account. Yeah, so I've got the 3 basic cats, and I have a sus cat, and I've got, I can't even remember the name of this one, I'm sorry, but I have this cat, and I'm going to use a basic one, and we're going to go on adventure. Now, in the future, we do have like miniature games we want to set up, kind of like a Tamagotchi type of game where you can like click your cats, do whatever. But for now, this is kind of the playpen. We're going to click adventure. And then we want to actually pick which cats we're going to take with us on the adventure here. So I'm going to use Devin Rex. Let me turn down the volume. There we go. I'm going to use Devin Rex. I'm going to use my sus cat. I'm going to use Mr. Catnip, which is a basic cat you'll get to help you out at the start. I'm going to go to the top right, click select team. And let's go to Furtsville. So here's where it'll pop up, and it gives you a warning and says, hey, don't try to close the page. Don't do anything funny when you're doing your transactions, because the game relies on reading the smart contracts. In the decentralized world, we have to have like feedback from the smart contracts. And when it gets that, then it'll let you play. It also shows the reward table here, and you can see like the percentage chance and what you can get by going here. We'll click explore. And it'll say transaction in process, and it'll pop up something in MetaMask or whatever wallet you use in the top right or wherever it is. I'm going to click confirm. And we're going to wait for it, and it should automatically take us into game when the transaction finishes. And there you go. Yep, it's going. It's good. And yeah, it'll show you which cats you get encountered with, so it's kind of like a random chance of what you'll do. I'm going to click the cat I want to use to attack where. And so I actually got a really good draw. Like, this is great, because this is actually a very rare cat to get. We definitely want to try to win. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I'm just laughing.
I mean, it really is, because like it's not. See, I mean, he's probably gonna beat me. Like it's sad because I don't have like good cats right now. But like if I did in the future, it would be easier to get the better quality cats. So, oh no, yeah. See, like my sus cat. I wish you were watching, but like my sus cat is already dead. So I'm gonna use him to try and take down the Titan. There we go. Finally, okay, the Titan is dropped, so maybe I can win.
Yeah. So another addition, if you look at my profile, that's the basic cat. It's actually not an NFT. So it's basic. It's basically part of the game. And we kind of like borrow players when they don't have any cat. If you watch Henry the match, the cats will actually leave, and then you will be just with your NF. That's some additional thing to take note of.
Right. So those are just starter cats. Once you win your own NFTs, I think it's 3 of them. Then those cats go away.
Yeah.
So I actually won, by the way, guys. And yeah, so the basic cats are just given, as you already explained. Yep. And so I actually won by like a hair. But you really can lose this game, and like if you play this enough, you actually will lose. And it's like very, as you can see, I have an escape rate of 14%. So there's a chance. There's a chance. It's all right. So now I'll capture. Hopefully, okay, he didn't run away. Good. And by the way, the escape rate isn't about like you being unable to mint, because you'll always be able to mint. But the thing is the cats will run away from you. So it's not like you're ever losing the ability to mint. It's just the one you want might run away. And of course, I'm going to select the Titan cat. So I'll take a screenshot.
I think you can notice the anime influence in our cats. For example, the Titan cat is based on the Attack of Titan.
Oh, and I of course it went through it already in the video, but I was going to say, when it's minting for you, you don't have to click a second transaction or anything. We've already taken care of that in the background, but you should stay in the game. So please don't like leave the game when you capture a cat. Let the game do its thing, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, awesome. That was rad. I think that'll go well on the video that we published.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and I'll close out of the game and go back to the regular website and stuff. So awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
So I'm looking at the roadmap now, and we can just go over this real fast. Looks like launch was September 2021, and that is coming up on the 1st, right?
Yeah, that we're launching September 1st with a pre-sale.
All right,
and we're using Sabaka Inu, by the way. Sorry for interrupting you. We're using a Launchpad called Sabaka Inu, so it's not DX and I don't mean to be, saying bad anything about DX, but I've noticed some communities do kind of worry a little bit about DX these days, and like you just never know.
There's a lot of scams there.
Yeah, there are a lot of scams, and so we've tried to get like a Launchpad that's official, that's like vetted us, that are more professional, I would say, than DX. So they're great guys over at Sabaka Inu.
DX is kind of changed right now with some communities.
Yeah. So then moving into step 2, it's looking like what, September, October, November, December, you're getting into the NFT marketplace, your own decentralized exchange, bridges for multi-chain NIP, and the CatNIP clicker game. So I'm just going to keep going over this, and if you guys want to touch on anything after I'm done, you can.
Sure, go ahead.
March 2022, CatNIP player versus player, which I'm really looking forward to. CatNIP co-op and CatNIP multiplayer. Step 4, outreach, partnership, exchange listings, and that's through March. And then June 2022, you're looking at proof of gaming and limited special events. So if you guys have any comments on that, let's hear it.
Yeah, I was gonna speak about the decentralized exchange. So it's kind of an experimental limit order system. It's not meant to be a competitor to Uniswap, and it's not meant to be a competitor to Bog or anything like that. So it's a completely different type of thing. We're not trying to compete with other dexes or anything like that. It'll be a completely different and new order system. For the bridges, it kind of spoils it a little bit, but we definitely want to go to other chains. With Cardano, that's the ADA, that's the big, like, we're waiting for the smart contracts, right? We want to be over there day one, and we do seriously want to do that. We want to move over, or not move, but keep multi-chain games going, because hey, people over on ADA, they might want to play the game too, so we've got to come up with a way. With the NFT marketplace, there's some pretty basic ones out there, but we plan to have it where you can buy, sell, and trade your cat NFTs using CatNIP the currency, and you can like make your own bids and all that good stuff.
Nice. Good.
Did you want to say
All right.
anything about the clicker game, by the way, Nikolai? Or
It's fine. Just a little bit of the idea of the clicker game. We are still designing. I think it's okay to share. So instead of making like very traditional, we'll try to make it more a bit of quick time event where you are pet your cats, and depends on how well you pet the cat, have a chance to have like a very reward of um tokens to be for the users. So in a way, the more cats that you can daily, and then by probably what to do is something like you can claim the extra tokens once per day. So the more cats you pet, the better you can have one shot to claim all the tokens. So it's a bit of the early design.
It's all about interacting with your cats, right? You got to you got to show them attention and
Yeah,
pet them. Nice.
yeah, but
Well,
we'll make it like really simple, just some basic QT stuff.
well, if you guys need an idea for another cat, I have a Bengal cat and he's adorable and everybody loves him. So I'll send you a picture, and you're more than welcome to feature him as one of your cats.
Sure. Would
I'm
love
a
to
hu-
do collaboration
yeah, I'm a huge
to
cat
in
lover,
different.
so so I do have a couple more questions about the pre-sale. Pre-sale, how many positions, and then is there any special perks for people participating in the pre-sale aside from receiving the NIP tokens? Is there like contests, any type of contest going on to earn rare NFT cats that you guys have?
yeah, or Debbie or Nikolai, could you guys talk about that, about the pre-sale contests and stuff?
Yeah, sure. So we have those that actually participate bought a 1 BB worth of our you are entitled to a lucky draw for our uh anime fight cat. So this will be like a limited kind of skin. Uh I believe Debbie the image to share in the chat. Maybe you can have a look here. So we'll have about 111 uh of this limited and to be uh collected. Um,
And that
however,
one,
not like
is that one
through.
over already?
No, it's not yet. Basically, we'll do it like the pre-sale. So once
Okay.
we have all the addresses that bought, we'll do the raffle and then check who bought. They are entitled for the lead draw. Uh, we'll do is that this cat in the near future be like a season pass when we add new cats. They can be reintroduced as normal version. So you can think it like these are not really like you have a competitive advantage or that. It's just for to reward uh in the pre-sale.
Okay.
I think you can see it. I just posted in the chat room the NFT contest we're doing. If you win, for example, you can pick one of the three anime girls, or as we call them, waifus, for yourself.
Okay.
And
I see.
we're asking the people to name their favorite waifu.
Okay. I pinned that too, so I'll look at that when I'm done with the AMA, but I'll definitely take a look into that, and I also pinned it in the chat room.
Oh, I just want to comment because I see a Dream Dark Matter in there saying, "Oh man, they have waifus." That we didn't just like hire cheapo type of people either. Like we do have plans to like get commissioned like very I wouldn't say expensive, but professional artists, not just the guys off Fiverr. We want to get the art community into this as well.
Sure. Yeah, that's the
Wow.
best route to go. And if you think he was knocking on you or anything, don't worry about him.
Oh no, it's good. No, I did not think that at all. No, it's great. Like, because I mean, that's kind of what appeals to people these days is to have the,
Well, we're really my investment group, he's in it, and we've all been making quite a bit of money off NFTs, and we're really excited about just participating in any kind of NFTs. So, all right, well, let's do this. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you think about the future of crypto over the next 6-7 months. What do you guys think is going to happen?
So I'm very scared of regulation vibes coming out. So if you haven't heard the news and you're living under a big rock, Binance came out, said, hey, you got to get know your customer, KYC. For most Americans, and this is, everyone just has to admit to this, Americans use VPN to get on Binance. That is like the honest truth of it. You can go look at Alexa, you can get proof to say, hey, Americans are still going to the site, whatever. But them requiring KYC cuts off Americans from getting on Binance. And it's scary because you got to think a big major world market is now not really going into specifically BNB, because BNB price is really dependent on, a part of a market segment using the coin. And furthermore, even using the network. So, of course, I don't want to let my personal bias get in, but there's a lot of other great chains out there. Phantom, AVAX, we've already talked about Cardano, but just,
go ahead. We're actually launching a project on the KCC chain on September.
Yeah,
15th,
KuCoin or
so.
KuCoin, KuChain. It's great. I mean, I feel like where the future is heading is that people are going to have to embrace bridges and embrace getting to other chains through other ways. There's a project called Rubik out there. They announced something really big, I think today, talking about how easy it was to like bridge between chains using Polygon. I didn't read the big technical paper on it yet, but I know they're a major player. But I think that's something futuristic too, is that there just has to be, maybe there will be a blockchain whose sole purpose of its existence is to get tokens to other chains. So that's just kind of out there, right? It doesn't have smart contracts, but instead it has copies of smart contracts to go to other chains.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, how about this? Wrapping it up here. If you guys have any final comments or if you have any other features you wanted to share with us about your project, any secrets or anything like that, and then also on top of that, if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer. So go ahead and shoot it from the hip, and we'll start wrapping this up.
Can you tell me what gave you confidence in our project?
Your project?
Yeah.
Well, so I've been doing promotions for BSC projects since last October. I actually am the original founder of BSC News. So I founded that project and created a team around it and kind of gave the team full reins on the direction they wanted to take it. And I initially funded that project. So I retain some ownership in that project. I've seen a lot of scams come through. I've seen a lot of people pretend that they're going to create games and NFTs and, promise the world to people. I've seen projects come in and say, hey, we're doing this, and they can't even publish a basic informational website that people can launch in about 10 minutes. As far as your project goes, you guys haven't launched. You have been working on it for 5 months. You're testing on testnet, which is stellar. Not a lot of people do that. I tested the game on testnet and it was extremely fun. It functioned perfectly. I was super excited about it. I made a video about it, and you can hear my sincere like excitement in the video. So
We're actually using your video for as a tutorial for people who want to set up their testnet account.
yeah, and if you guys need any help, I'm pretty good at making videos, and so I can help on setting up even shorter videos just for like simple things like getting on KCC, or how do you start a battle or something along those lines. And the last thing I'll finish with this is I've done numerous AMAs and chats and promotions for projects, and I've always charged. And for me, it's an incentive for me to do it, right? But honestly, when I was approached by you guys and I saw what you had and the project that you had, I had no problem not charging, because this is something that I'm actually excited about, and it's something that I'm proud to be able to be promoting. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it actually answers very well.
Yeah, thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else, guys, or we ready to wrap it up?
Um,
I mean, I'm good. I don't have any
Stay-
specific questions.
stay tuned for what it's coming.
I'm here. I'm watching you guys, and I'm forwarding all your announcements and everything into my chat room. So you got it. And once that game does release, I'll be making more videos and promoting with you guys. So
Actually,
yeah,
another community that is based on anime NFT waifus came to us yesterday. Hibiki Finance. I don't know if you heard about it.
Beefy?
Hibiki Finance.
No, I haven't.
They actually approach our game developer Henry, and they're in talks of something that could cook up.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been a
Wow,
pleasure speaking with you guys.
Yeah, I'm
That
trying
was
to
a
think of
pleasure as
a.
well.
I do have a question though. Like just speaking on like general crypto, I could bullshit forever, but when did you get into cryptocurrency, by the way? Because I'm interested in hearing. Like the group is great. I will say you guys are really knowledgeable, and you're always like kind of passing good quality messages. I will say, because a lot of communities just have BS spam. You guys don't. But like when did you guys get into crypto? Really?
Me personally, I've probably been around longer than most of the team, but I got into crypto in 2014, and I've been working on projects since then. One of the first projects I worked on was XRP and Ripple, not as like a developer or anything, but as like a community member and community volunteer. And then from there, I started working on Darkcoin, which ultimately rebranded to Dash. And so I actually worked on Dash for about 2 years, through like 2015, 16. I went to a bunch of conventions with them. And then, I went on after the big bull run in 17. I kind of went on a hiatus from 17, 18, 19. And during that time, I was just building friendships with people online. But ultimately, once DeFi started hitting around October last year, we all got into it. Me and friends I had met. So
Cool.
that's when
Cool. Yeah.
that's basically when we launched our first DeFi project. It was called Thugs Finance, and you can actually look up the old website. It's called traphouse.vip. It was ahead of its time, I'll tell you that much.
That's
We were
awesome.
actually one of the first projects on Binance Smart Chain, after Bake and Cake and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. My history is extensive, but I'm not here to brag or anything. But yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, it's so funny to think like, I hear people joining this year and even last year in 2020, and it's like, oh man, I survived the crash, and you've been through like 3 or 4 of them now. So just being from your 2014, it's just like it's so funny to think some people think they're like super new, but I promise you, after like 2 or 3 years, you're gonna be like, yeah, I know what's up.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of funny too, because right now, you know, as we go into these green markets and whatnot, that's when everybody becomes a genius crypto expert because
Yeah.
you can't lose.
Everyone's a genius in a bull market.
Yep, for sure. All right, guys. Hey, it's been a pleasure talking. Shoot me that video if you can. I'll send you my email, or if you just want to drop me a Dropbox link so I can download the video, and I'll publish it on our YouTube. And you guys are welcome to publish it anywhere else as well.
Okay. Yep. I'll get the video to you. So thanks for
All
talking
right.
to. See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.